Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chesterton's Jest, where we keep a critical eye on faith and culture, especially within the Catholic Church today. In an age where even church teachings seem to be shifting, we're here to explore and question the ideas and changes that challenge timeless truths. Through thought-provoking, often humorous perspectives, we aim to bring clarity to conversations others might avoid, holding fast to orthodoxy with the courage to question what feels off track. If you would like to join us as we dig deeper into the faith with reverence, wit, and a touch of Chestertonian insight, you can support this channel by gently pressing the like, share, and subscribe buttons in that order, and we thank you for your support. And now, without further ado, Faith and Film, The Battle for Western Culture. Part 2. Christianity's Effect on Hollywood. Chapter 5. Christianity Strikes Back. The Rise of Faith-Based Films, Television, and Christian Media. As Hollywood turned its back on Christian morality, faith found new outlets, particularly in television and independent media. Shows like Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven became moral refuges for families who felt abandoned by Hollywood's secular turn. Little House wasn't just about life on the frontier. It was a celebration of family, faith, and strong moral values, with each episode offering timeless lessons on perseverance and forgiveness. Meanwhile, Highway to Heaven, starring Michael Landon, brought divine intervention to prime-time TV, reminding viewers that redemption and compassion were still relevant, even in a world increasingly obsessed with cynicism. While television was offering this wholesome alternative, Hollywood continued to produce films that were, to put it bluntly, morally lost. Amid this growing secularism, Christian filmmakers saw an opportunity. The success of The Passion of the Christ, 2004, with its staggering box office returns, was a sign that there was still a significant audience hungry for faith-based stories. Hollywood might have dismissed Christianity as passé, but Mel Gibson's unflinching portrayal of Christ's final hours proved that faith could still generate major profits. This success opened the door for Christian filmmakers to ramp up their own efforts, creating content that catered to the values the mainstream had ignored. Christian media quickly expanded, with networks like Pure Flix and TBN offering audiences an alternative to Hollywood's moral decline. These platforms were unabashedly committed to faith-based programming, showing films that reinforced Christian teachings without fear of ridicule. While often dismissed as preachy, these films resonated deeply with their target audience, which was weary of Hollywood's constant stream of moral ambiguity. The rise of Christian media marked a shift in the cultural landscape, creating a space where Christian stories could thrive without compromise. Chapter 6. Hollywood's Religious Complex, the industry's strange obsession with Christ. Despite Hollywood's attempts to distance itself from religion, it remains perpetually fascinated by the figure of Christ. Even when the industry pushes the boundaries of morality and religion, it can't seem to resist tapping into Christ's narrative, perhaps because his story is so universally compelling. From Ben-Hur, 1959, to The Passion of the Christ, 2004, Christ remains a constant cultural touchstone, whether Hollywood is treating him with reverence or trying to reimagine him in ways that often strain credibility. The 1950s saw biblical epics like the Ten Commandments, which, despite its grandeur, treated Christian themes with respect. However, by the 1970s, filmmakers started reinterpreting Christ's life in controversial ways, as seen in The Last Temptation of Christ, 1988. In this film, Christ is portrayed as a man grappling with doubts, torn between his divine calling and his human desires. The result was a film that angered many Christians, but for Hollywood, it was another attempt to provoke and question. Despite this, Christ's story has remained a source of cinematic inspiration, even when it is being deconstructed, revised, or commodified. This ongoing fascination with Christ is evidence that Hollywood knows there's something transcendent about his story. But instead of embracing the spiritual power of Christ's message, the industry often turns his life into a spectacle, adding layers of sensationalism or doubt. Hollywood might dress up Christ in the latest special effects, but in doing so, it risks losing the essence of his message. Nevertheless, the industry's continual return to Christ, even if only for profit or controversy, reveals that Hollywood can't quite shake the influence of Christianity, no matter how much it tries to sideline it. Chapter 7. The Future. Can Hollywood and Christianity coexist? Looking to the future, the question isn't so much whether Hollywood and Christianity will coexist, but how. Hollywood remains firmly entrenched in its secular ethos, but the rise of faith-based media has proven that there is still a market for stories grounded in Christian values. As more Christian filmmakers take the reins, producing content that reflects the moral clarity Hollywood often avoids, a parallel media ecosystem is emerging. Streaming platforms, independent studios, and Christian networks have carved out a space where faith-based content can thrive without compromise, showing that a strong Christian audience exists and demands to be heard. Hollywood may never fully embrace Christianity, but it can't ignore the financial success of faith-based films. The box office success of The Passion of the Christ and War Room, 2015, proved that Christian audiences can be a lucrative market if Hollywood is willing to meet them halfway. However, Hollywood's continued focus on moral ambiguity and secular themes makes it unlikely that Christian narratives will become mainstream in the same way secular stories dominate the industry. Instead, we're likely to see faith-based films continue to emerge outside the traditional Hollywood system, flourishing on platforms like Pure Flix and on streaming services that cater to Christian values. The future of Christianity in Hollywood may not be a harmonious blending, but a parallel existence where Hollywood continues to push boundaries while faith-based media offers an alternative, unafraid to stay true to its values. Both will likely continue to shape the cultural landscape, but the real question is whether Hollywood will learn to embrace the profitability and relevance of faith, or whether Christian media will continue to carve its own path, ensuring that faith-based storytelling remains alive and well. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video and share our passion for defending the true faith with a touch of humor, be sure to head over to chestertonsjest.com and check out our collection of bold, pro-Catholic graphic tees designed to spark conversation and inspire conviction. Whether you're looking to wear your faith proudly or share a laugh, we've got something for everyone. Visit us today and join the movement, because in times like these, it's more important than ever to stand firm in our beliefs with style and wit. As Chesterton once said, "A madman is not someone who has lost his reason. A madman is someone who has lost everything except his reason." So, let's keep our reason and our faith intact together. Thanks for listening. God bless you, and may the good Lord be praised.